Hey, I'm Chuck, and this is Chuck Wagon. No.
No, maybe I should
No.
say, and I'm Zach. Can I?
Yeah, yeah,
Can
yeah,
I
yeah,
speak?
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
ready?
that's what I meant to do.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Chuck, and welcome to Chuck Wagon.
And I am Zach.
Hey, I'm Chuck, and this is Chuck Wagon. S01. Fucked it up. Hold on a minute.
Season 1, episode. This is the pilot. Say this is the pilot episode. But let's get it out of the way quick because I want to drink.
Hey, I'm Chuck,
And I'm Zach.
and this is Chuck Wagon.
Star
Right.
Swipe. No, that's it.
So,
That's,
okay. What's the show going to be about, you might be asking? Well, it's going to be about a few things. Mostly cooking. We're going to do some grilling, some smoking, some sous videing, sous videing,
Surviving.
sous vide, yeah, one of those things. And I'm excited about that because we're actually going to do a lamb next week.
But mostly drinking.
Mostly, once in a while, we're going to enjoy a nice beverage and a couple cigars and chat about that and some other things. And that's what we're going to do tonight.
My Chuck Wagon. So it's my rules.
Tonight we're drinking Glenmorangie with Quinta Ruban.
Nice.
Now the box will tell you this is a whiskey with rose-scented Turkish delight, honeysuckle tangerines, but honestly it tastes like whiskey with caramel.
Interesting. And the cigar choice we've made for the evening is the Rocky Patel Vintage 1990. I think these are both solid, but if they're not, we'll let you know for sure. Right?
Well, this happens to be my favorite scotch.
That's your very favorite?
This is my favorite. That's why I was surprised when you were getting that.
That's actually this Scotch is single malt. Its price point is pretty good,
Yeah, what? Just under $50?
just under 50 at Total Wine. I mean, you know. Oh yeah, I wanted to use that thing.
I'm doing a V cut.
That is a nice feature. Yeah.
Smells like isopropyl with hints of caramel. It really is good. Good sipping.
It is good. I mean, it's like you might want to put an ice cube in it, but
Put a couple drops of water.
yeah, a couple of drops of water is the preferred way to do it. Not a whole ice cube, but I don't think you even need that. Which, by the way, was not sponsored by Glen.
We are not sponsored by Glenmorangie.
Yeah, they don't even know we have a show yet. I'm sure when they find out that we do, we'll probably get cases of it. We'll not to talk about.
That's our lawyers calling. We are in no way associated with Glenmorangie.
But we'd love to be.
Combine it with the chocolatiness from a dark wrapper cigar, which is
Maduro.
Maduro.
Yeah, this
Perfect
is a
combo.
good. This is a good Rocky Patel. The 1990 vintage is very good. Can't go wrong with it. Obviously, machine pressed. It's kind of. I like the feel of it actually because it's kind of flat. Fits in your fingers nicely.
Machine pressed.
Yeah.
It's a better, it's a better wrap, honestly.
More consistent.
Yeah.
If you were to buy 20 of them in a case, I think you might want machine wrap, machine pressed. Just because it's for consistency. But it is nice once in a while having a hand rolled one.
Yeah.
So, what are we cooking on? Well, I have a Weber kettle, 22 inch, your standard Weber kettle. I've done just about everything on that, including big ass briskets, full, point and flat and everything. I have a tin can called an Old Smoky electric smoker. And right now, it's probably full of bees because I haven't opened it in about 2 years, but it's sitting over there with a cover on it.
Last time we used it was for a barrel fire during the winter.
Yeah,
So-
the freeze of.
Yeah,
20 or
no,
21?
that was for the freeze of, yeah, what was it, 21 when Texas froze? And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah, we put wood into it. We were desperate. We wanted to come out here and smoke a cigar and have a couple of drinks. And
it was -30, but we still wanted to have the cigar.
by the way, Zach is my son,
Right.
in case, you probably saw a good resemblance. I haven't told him yet that I adopted him.
This is how I find out. Well, at least I got a drink.
Actually, and also, before I forget, which I probably will shortly, the jewel of my backyard, the Dynaglow extra wide body offset smoker, which I'm very excited to be sharing with you in the coming weeks. Yeah. Oh, before we forget, Mr. Reddick just passed away, great actor.
You know, I was reading an article about, in John Wick, he's the concierge guy. His name is Sharon, right? And apparently in Greek mythology, Sharon is the one who guides souls over the river Styx. And they give Sharon 1 coin to cross the river. And in John Wick, they had the gold coin that he gives them. I thought that was a nice little touch there.
It is kind of cool. I first saw him in The Wire way back in the 90s. The Wire came out, I think so. Right?
Yeah, that or
Early 2000s, maybe?
that area,
Late 90s.
the turn of the millennium.
It was such a good show. Damn, it was a good show. At least the first few seasons. After the first few, I didn't really care for it too much, but it was still interesting.
I've never seen it.
Gosh,
That, Sopranos,
you've seen Sopranos.
I've seen parts of it,
God,
whatever's on YouTube.
you gotta get that on the bucket list.
Well, I gotta finish Picard season 3 first.
Picard? The famous Admiral Picard?
Okay.
Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You gotta pull that Band-Aid off, man.
You mean binge watch it?
No, I mean, just don't watch it at all.
We've been watching it, and it's
Did we watch an episode last night?
yes.
I think we did, and I'm trying to forget about it. And I'm doing a pretty good job. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like trauma, try to repress it. It's pretty bad.
I know if you're a Star Trek fan, like we are, I mean, I practically raised Zach on Star Trek because I figured Jean-Luc Picard was a much better father figure for him than I would be. So I just made him watch it constantly.
I filled in the gaps.
And he's done a pretty good job for himself. Based on that. He's a little bit more like Riker than Jean-Luc, but he's getting there. He's getting there.
Well, I wish I could play the trombone like him.
Is that what he played? I thought it was jazz flute.
It's some jazzy.
No,
It's a
that's
saxophone.
jazz flutes from, Ron Burgundy.
Now that's a movie I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah. But anyway, Star Trek. It's really got off on a tangent.
Yeah.
I mean, Strange New Worlds is cool. I like that.
Yeah.
It brought me back to the original. It's got some bona fides.
It's not perfect, but it's got that kind of camp that was in the original.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, like, we just watched an original Star Trek where they beamed down to a mafia-themed planet, and their Bible was, like, Al Capone's biography. So they did some campy shit back in the day. And in this one, the new one, they do that too, because Uhura sings to an alien,
Yeah.
which was not as bad as it sounds. I mean, it's interesting.
Her character is interesting. I think her character on Strange New Worlds is it's actually good to see like them try to flesh her character out more, Lieutenant Uhura, because she didn't get a whole lot of time in the original series. Like say, Spock or obviously McCoy
The big three.
or Scotty. But it's good to see them try to make a story for her, like a backstory.
Yeah, what they're doing with her is good, but what they're doing with the security lady, I'm not too fond of, because Star Trek has this thing.
You mean
where,
number one?
No, the British or Australian security lady who's related to Khan.
Oh, the one who's been attacked by the Gorn.
Yeah. I don't like how everybody's related to everybody in Star Trek. That's for
Oh
Star
yeah.
Wars.
The whole thing that she's, what's her last name? Khan.
Sunian or Noonian.
Yeah, Noonian.
She's not saying. I don't even know. Honestly, they're just name dropping, and it makes no
Yeah,
sense anymore.
I didn't like that either. Like, why couldn't she just be a regular, like somebody else? Like, just make up something.
Create a new
Why
character.
does she have to be connected to somebody from, that's been a thread through all their stuff? And if you're gonna do that, it shouldn't be somebody who's like on the bridge all the time.
Right.
You know?
They're doing the same thing with Picard, with Geordi LaForge's daughter. I mean, like, I get it. I don't like that stuff.
That was new this season.
It's okay. You know what I want to see? I want to see a Lieutenant Barclay centered series.
Yes. Is that guy still alive?
Just going
Look that
around
up.
being socially awkward.
Barkley. That guy was great.
Lieutenant Broccoli. He was the only guy who was like, not like everybody in Starfleet is so uber confident, and, like fucking competent and professional, and then Barclay's like he's professional.
That was a good one because remember his holodeck fantasies,
Yeah, with the crew members.
and they went in there and they were all playing like parts that were like Worf was not like as masculine as he usually is.
Yeah.
Deanna was his love interest and she was demure and
Yeah, and sultry.
Yeah.
Dwight Schultz played him, and he's still around.
Nice.
He's the right age for everybody else in the Picard series.
With Dwight Schultz.
Hmm.
He needs to be back in some kind of Star Trek thing.
Or reboot the A-Team.
Reboot the what?
The A-Team. He was in the A-Team.
That's right. Oh my God.
How do you not know that? And I do.
I know. The A-Team. He was in the A-Team. He was in the A-Team?
Yeah.
Wow. We're gonna have a lot of timestamps in this thing.
The A-Team?
I think the next show coming up is gonna be good. It's gonna be about sous vide a boneless leg of lamb. Hopefully in time for Easter. And I think that could be pretty good.
Yeah, should give a little preview of what the secret ingredient might be.
Anchovies.
If you told me anchovy and lamb, I would be like, that sounds fucking disgusting. How can you make that good? I'm intrigued.
Rather than impart its own flavor, it actually brings out the flavor of what you're cooking.
So that anchovy flavor is almost kind of lost, and
Yeah.
the meat absorbs it, in a
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah. And it changes it, but enhances it. And when you eat the meat that you're cooking, it actually tastes more meaty, tastes more like that actual meat.
More meaty, like more gamey.
No, I think it just, like a flavor enhancer, kind of like MSG.
Okay.
So, I've never done it before. Now, all the recipes call for doing it in a roast. Like, I've never seen one where they do it and then sous vide it.
Do you think that that's going to change?
That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about that a little bit because it'll be in the bath for, 4 hours. So is that going to change the flavor of it? Is it gonna come out kind of fishy then? I don't know. I don't think so, but, I've never done this before, so.
I was more so thinking that if it's done in a roast, it would need direct heat. This is kind of like sous videing is kind of like putting it in just an overall warm bath.
Yeah.
That might change the profile a bit. I'm actually kind of interested to see that.
Well,
Tune in next week.
should have mentioned that you're my son in the beginning, so.
We could hide the bottle so that it doesn't look like we drank anything. Or we could CGI the bottle so that it's full again, so there's no inconsistencies. And we can redo the intro.
Can you do that?
Technology. Yeah. But anyways, we can